Homer is dead. Welcome to the podcast, and your new host is Apollo because Homer is dead.
You might as well be a rock
dad.
type Pokemon.
Welcome one and all to the only podcast on the internet where you're part of the Roto, part of the chill session, so to speak. Today joining us in our Roto is good old Roger.
It's a glorious afternoon, Homer.
The motherfucking godson.
Damn straight. How's it going, everybody?
And today we have a lot of video game news, because this weekend we had PAX East, and we have full coverage, we have gameplay up the wazoo.
Oh mama, what a stacked list.
And then we have E3 just around the corner, so it's actually even just it's like a sneak preview to like what's to come, maybe.
Exactly, and we got some pretty cool stuff. We're going to start off by talking about Outlast 2, the sequel to 2014's PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was our favorite like free game that we probably ever had on the PlayStation 4.
I have never seen anything about Outlast before.
Oh really?
This looked creepy as fuck, and I want it.
It's definitely different from the last Outlast, from the gameplay that we did see. Instead of having to go through an insane asylum, like where you're stuck in a building and in one floor sort of area, you have actually free roaming farm that you can go around, like in crops.
That's creepier, dude.
And you can find new hiding places, like
the corn Homer.
We saw the cornfield chase gameplay, and as history shows, city folk don't last long in the calm.
Especially white folk.
I was gonna say, what are you doing these naked morning, buddy? And it starts off like the video that we did see just starts off like right in the midst of of shit going down. He sees a creepy motherfucker going down the stairs very slowly, and the lighting is just perfect.
And the graphics are like greatly improved from the first one, because that was my biggest gripe from Outlast 1 was the graphics.
Yeah, I think, but it was just like a new up and coming developer, I think. So it kind of makes sense why it was a little bit low budget graphics. But I mean, now it's dramatically improved, and I still love the first game. It definitely got me pretty scared. It didn't get you scared too much, Homer.
I still enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite horror games before PT came out, and I'm not sure if Outlast 2 is going to be able to top PT.
True.
But it's looking great. I love the game mechanic they're bringing back with the camera, and cornfield just creeped the fuck out of me. The cornfield in Left 4 Dead was my favorite levels.
And,
yeah, that one was great.
Creepy environment.
Apollo, you were just like, what's the objective in the game?
Yeah, what is the context?
Yeah, I know.
Are these crazy redneck hobos trying to rape you?
I'm assuming we need to find that's for you to decide. Like maybe they want to be like they don't want to tell you as much as possible. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, what happens when you get caught?
You probably died.
You're probably dead.
It just says you are dead.
Yeah, that's in the first game.
No, I mean, like, if you're caught, you probably have to run away and, like, try to, like, hide somewhere or something, try to get away from, by using certain objects.
Because one of the core mechanics in the first game was hiding from the
You probably
characters.
can't kill them, though. I'm pretty damn sure.
Yeah, that's what makes the game scary. You can't kill them because you have to hide, like in lockers and stuff. But it looks like they have a variety of hiding spots. Like we saw, he hid in like a water trough.
Yeah. For a long period of time.
Yeah, ooh, like from Star Wars Episode 7. That's what I picture.
And just like a fish in a barrel, you go inside of a barrel and you can look through the holes and whatnot. And, and basically, you always want to scavenge and find batteries as much as possible because
if your camera runs out, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Why do you need a camera?
You can't really see that well.
Because remember what we were talking about, where it tells you where there's movement coming from or sound coming from left or right on the camera? That really helps like around your environment. It's like sonar and stuff.
Not only does it help, but it adds so much creepiness to it as well.
I know, he did show like what he did when he didn't have like the camera going, because he has it going like for 90% of the gameplay that we saw.
Especially when he's in the corn.
Yeah, especially in this corn when he didn't like have it going. It was just so very limited. It's like 9-day difference, and it just makes you feel so insecure with the darkness.
Hell yeah, but that's coming out this year, fall 2016. And personally, since it's coming out fall, I'm hoping for some VR support. That would make it even more creepier.
That would be really cool.
I will be shitting my pants if I play that.
And since we never got the Silent Hills game that I was hoping for, this is a good other option for a good horror game.
You're most likely right about that, Homer, except that we actually have a new competitor in the horror department in terms of Dead by Daylight. This was also a new game that was released.
It looked pretty sick, to be honest. It looks like what Evolve should have been.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it's like 4v1, and except you just it's similar to that Jason game that's being developed, but it's actually coming out sooner. Except you have like a different.
This one has more of a multiplayer element.
Yeah, you have this like procedural generated like map that's always different every time. You basically have to, you and your 4 friends who I think depending on who you choose has a different perks or abilities. The way they describe.
Kind of like from Evolve, but
yeah,
which is fine. My biggest gripe about Evolve is playing as the monster you actually dread because it's too hard to fight the 4 people. They're too OP.
Yeah, especially when they said like a flashlight can like stun like an enemy from like movie. I was like, well, like how does that work?
Yeah, that's
a video game.
But I like in this that when you're playing as the villain, you're invincible. So you, as the 4 players, you really have to be sneaky.
Actually, I remember they said you got to create your own player and then level up. It wasn't like a class thing.
Oh,
so you
really?
Could, like, choose your own stuff and everything.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's really cool, dude.
Tight as fuck. I definitely look forward to it because it looks really fucking scary. It looks like your own personal like Jason movie.
No, especially if you can. What if you can upgrade the villain? Maybe by chance have different like a mask going it later.
Mamma mia.
That'd be really cool.
I would love that.
And the base premise of the game is you and your 4 friends are basically trying to activate 3 generators, and that will open a door area
somewhere in the map.
Yeah, somewhere in the map, and you have to get there. That's where you escape and you survive. And
if each player dies, he's out of the game.
Yeah, and I was wondering what if the villain knows where it's at, and like getting to the escape route is like very epic. Your friend like when the escape route is open, you have this ability where it's like a penalty where you trip over nothing.
Oh no!
And then like it's like a very it's a huge struggle to get to the end.
What if that's a perk for the villain? Have fake trip over nothing.
Oh yeah, and have teleportation abilities. Like, so, like,
you
where they
literally
pop
just set a marker on the ground, and then if they try running there, then they just trip and fall.
Oh my
and stumble
god!
around
Yeah,
and crawl
that'll make it more even than at the end game where the villain has like certain extra abilities. Oh, that'd be really cool.
Guys, I just developed a theory for Jason and Michael Myers. What if their supervillain power is to make people trip?
No, my god! Like they have like good luck and they have horrible.
Yeah, they just have like force abilities and they just always make it trip or something.
And they always run and hit a door, the one door in the house that's locked. And it's like, oh no, I'm dead. Dead by Day is also, just so you know, gonna be on PC only, but I highly doubt it's gonna stay like that for a while, especially if
many games like PlanetSide 2 and stuff jump over.
It'll probably be like that for 6 months to a year, and then when they make no money, they'll be like, oh.
And they have ties to PlayStation for the PlayStation Plus exclusive that you had it when PlayStation 4 came out, so I can see them easily cross-platforming pretty soon. There's no confirmed release date. It's to be announced. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be around.
I'm guessing 2017 to be honest.
Yeah, probably first quarter of 2017.
We'll probably get a release date at E3.
And the studio that's behind it is Starbreeze Studios, in case you guys want to know.
So, up and comers.
Looks like our next piece of business is Killing Floor 2, developed by Tripwire Interactive. And it was kind of like COD Zombies, like Left 4 Dead combination. Like, it was kind of like a show co-op play, and you got to, you know, board up doors and windows and stuff, and you just fought zombies and like strange, ugly creatures. Kind of like shit out of, what was that one we used to play, Homer?
House of the Dead.
House of the Dead. Those things were fucking freaking
Remember
scary.
when we used all our tokens to beat House of the Dead 2 at the arcade?
That was the bomb.
Didn't it also kind of look like the way, like, especially how the gameplay we saw, the guy had a shotgun the whole time, didn't it kind of look like Doom 3 a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit of Doom elements, especially because you're taking on hordes like from Doom.
Oh yeah, except at least they're not just straight up zombies. They're what are they? Zeds, Apollo?
Zeds, which is a combination of Z from Zombie and Dead.
What were some of the different like forms of them that we saw? There was
like exploding ones, spider guys.
God, there was some creepy looking ones, and we only saw like a couple.
I know, and there was only 4 waves, and there was one with I think that had like an axe in his hand. Like when he ran, he kind of looked like a maniac.
The spider people were like, God, get away from me!
Like they're very slow, but that's what made them kind of creepy. They just slowly creep.
This is the year of the horror games?
I agree.
Yeah.
This is a very weird time where the horror genre would rise. I'm kind of glad because it's kind of been stagnant in the last couple of years.
True. They're finally realizing what they can do.
Yeah, finally, right? Horror's getting revitalized in games rather than movies, I feel.
Especially with VR just around the corner to amplify the horror element.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
But Apollo...
Talk about amplified.
Oh, I so agree. It feels like House of the Dead because the creative boss battles from House of the Dead,
yeah.
it was very similar.
Oh,
to,
yeah.
Yeah, fucking awesome boss battles and like strange creatures around every corner, like not the same one every time.
At the end of like every 5 rounds or the 5th round, you fight a boss or so. And like there's probably gonna be a mode where you just can do it constantly until you die.
Unlimited
and
survival.
the enemies just keep getting upgraded and look different.
You just get like 10 bosses.
Oh, the spiders look even more hideous. What if there's a
Oh, no.
centipede?
No,
Yeah.
Human centipedes.
Oh no!
And another thing that really stuck out to me was the kick-ass music. It was like heavy metal instrumentals.
Just the soundtrack was great. I mean, like it changed with every round. It changed when there was action happening or when like there wasn't action. There was like heavy metal and then
Just like a dubstep-y type thing.
yeah. It was just really tight.
Going to be like more fun than Destiny even for co-op.
I just want to know how many game modes they have. Especially,
I'm hoping a lot.
Yeah.
Do they have co-op in the story element?
Well, yeah, the story elements
I
mixed
really hope
with the
so.
co-op,
Pretty
like
good.
Destiny style. Other
Hopefully
games
it doesn't end up all meaning nothing.
This is
like
a-
Destiny style.
And it looks like over the top story too, because he's like, "Oh, you're killing all my creatures."
This is another one that
Bunnies.
also has really good DLC potential or update potential in terms of where they can just make new creatures or new costume designs. Before like the match even started, like we saw like a little customization where the guy dressed his attire to be more British.
Yeah.
And his guy actually was talking in a British accent, and I didn't know it was because.
Oh yeah, that was why.
So I didn't know. So that'd be cool if it was just because of the attire. That's a
Another
good way to
thing
represent.
That's another
like,
thing that
different-
Destiny lacked was customization, which this seems to bring to the table, which I'm excited
True.
for.
I just hope they don't have to siphon more money off us just to get more content that they already
No, that's
should
the
have
thing.
in the game.
Destiny put in more customization when they put in microtransactions. So
Oh yeah, I'm hoping that's not the case
hopefully
here.
they don't pull that trash on us.
God. You should
Wait,
be
who's
able
doing
to...
this? It's not EA, right? Oh yeah, it's Tripwire Interaction.
Yeah, an up and coming
so we're good.
studio, and they're actually using like a modified version of Unreal Engine 3, and it looks,
It looks
beautiful,
beautiful,
for
to be
Unreal-
honest.
It
but
did look real nice.
It does. I do see a difference between Unreal 3 and the Unreal 4, just slightly, but it is maxed out for the new generation of consoles.
Yeah, so indie developer, they've probably been working on this a long time because it's a sequel to the 2009 Killing Floor, which was a PC only, I believe.
I actually want to look up more, see how it was reviewed online.
Look more into that.
Alright, well that's Killing Floor 2, and it will be on PS4 and Windows only, so get fucked, Xbox motherfucker. And that'll be out April 21st of next year.
Hell yeah, but speaking of some PlayStation exclusives, we have a exclusive PlayStation VR game called Thumper Rhythm Hell. And we got like a gameplay demo, and it looked intense, and especially picturing it on the VR where sound is the main focus and having that visual, it's going to feel like you're riding
Dude, it
a
was
roller
trippy
coaster.
just looking at the TV. Like, imagine that on VR. It will feel like a real roller coaster.
Where you literally can't hear anything but the music going on. It's the developers say it's going to feel like you're literally going through hell or something like that.
Oh my
It's going to be
God.
intense.
I must inform, though, those who do have a case of epilepsy, it's probably
Oh,
not
yeah.
the best game
This
for
is
you
not the
at
game
all.
for you
Yeah.
if you have an addiction to epilepsy.
Yeah, and definitely. But it seems like it's the exact opposite of a other PlayStation exclusive, Entwined, which was a peaceful game,
Dude,
which is kind of
yeah,
They
similar.
I
should
think
get
about
something
that.
more like Entwined, like
This is
a little bit slower pace,
Yeah.
but more majestic.
This seems like the
It's a
exact
great observation,
opposite.
Homer. And also, Roger, they should really do that for something like Entwined, and or just like do
yeah.
Flower for fucking VR.
Flower
Oh
2,
my
Entwined
God.
2 for,
Oh my God,
for the VR.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
Wouldn't that be so peaceful?
I would be so into that. VR is going to kick ass.
You'll
I
never
cannot
see
wait.
me again once I get that VR, I tell you.
Apollo, do you
Social
remember?
life gone. Job, I quit.
Do you remember in like Far Cry 4, like when you first like go into that trippy Shangri-La when you're swimming, it looks trippy as fuck.
Yeah.
I wish it was VR experience like that more.
Oh,
where you're going
man.
underwater.
Oh,
Just have that
especially-
forever minus like the blood.
You could just throw the VR headset on for like any first-person game, right, and it would work, right?
Oh, possibly.
You're viewing the game in VR like you're watching a movie, kind of. It's not going to be like interactive or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, like obviously, I wouldn't figure it to be,
okay.
I wouldn't figure it to all
That's
work
more
like
plausible,
cross-compatible. But
Yeah,
like,
it's still gonna be the game. You're just gonna be watching it really close to your face.
yeah, and you just hold the controller. Like you can
that's
still
still
play
cool.
like Far Cry 4. And,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And for someone like
sick-ass
me
shit.
who shares a room with Steven, could play games while he's
Yeah.
watching
You could
TV.
literally stare into the corner
Yeah.
with like Wait,
No more Homer.
The headset comes with headphones, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's built in.
Oh well,
And
there you go.
And they really work hard on the sound for this.
Very good.
It's gonna be intense.
Nice.
And when's that coming out?
It's coming out similar time with the VR.
So like October.
Yeah, later this year, probably winter season.
Send her my way. Trailers of the week.
Womp 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 womp.
Everybody get excited now. Now,
Get excited for those trailers.
this movie that I'm personally really fucking excited about because it's got Bryan Cranston. It's got a really interesting storyline about the biggest drug sting in history. It's called The Infiltrator. And I think it was based around like the year 1958 or something. Or was it like, yeah, something like that. 60s, 70s. But like, it looked really awesome. Had a lot of like government agency elements to it, and then like gang elements.
It almost had some cheesy elements at the beginning where it was almost like, is this gonna be your last job? And he's like, yeah, just my last job.
Yeah, because his wife doesn't want him to go, of course.
Hell yeah! And this time we get to see Walter
Will he
White.
come out on top?
We get to see Walter White on the other side of the law.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Working the opposite side. He's a snitch.
Yeah.
For a second, at the beginning of the trailer, I thought he was a dirty cop, and like when they said like they're really gonna go hammer on this guy, I thought he was getting worried that he's connected to him, that they'll find information. And then I quickly realized, nope, Walter White is just a good straight edge motherfucker.
And anything Bryan Cranston's in, I'm excited for. I've seen pretty much everything he's done. Trumbo was fantastic, his most recent effort. And Bryan Cranston's phenomenal in it.
Rogers is a communist, everyone.
I am. Quite.
Oh, yeah, and anyway, Infiltrator comes out July 15th of this year. And I want it. So, come on, July 15th. Let's get it.
Yeah, stay tuned for our review. The next trailer we checked out this week was for Magnificent Seven, which is the remake of the original 1960s film of the same name, which that movie was a remake of the Seven Samurai. So take that as it will. 3 remakes.
Oh yeah. When it says something about the Magnificent Seven, I thought it was supposed to be Asian sort of thing, but I didn't expect it to be Western. But I definitely understand now the relation to it.
I was really sold by this trailer. I wasn't a big fan of Westerns to begin with, till Tarantino changed my mind recently with Django and Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
2 of my favorite movies ever.
That used to be my least favorite genre.
And this looks like another blockbuster. It has Chris Pratt in a different role. It still looks like he's going to be the funny comic relief.
Yeah.
I was really interested in the Native American looking guy.
Yeah, the
with
Apache
arrow.
Warriors.
The bow and arrows, man. Also, the actor who plays Wilson Fisk from Netflix's Daredevil show. I do not know his name, but he will be in the movie.
With a beard.
One of the magnificent ones. Yeah,
And
he's
some
got-
hair.
He
Very-
looks like he's put on some weight and he's put on some hair.
His
It's interesting.
magnificent beard.
Yes.
Maybe he'll go gorilla on people again.
Yeah. But I'm loving the diverse cast of characters
Yeah.
in this movie.
Oh yeah, they went full diversity with it.
And it's
With,
gonna,
with Jamie Lee Fox at the helm, which I definitely admire as an actor.
yeah, I love this cast.
Especially him in Glory.
But this is going to be directed by Antoine Fuqua, and it's coming out September 23rd. And I'm looking forward to it way more than I thought it was going to be.
I'll definitely watch it.
We also had The Founder, which is basically a biography type movie that talks about the upbringings of this small town sort of like burger shack sort of place called McDonald's, and basically
Might
how
have
there's,
heard
like,
of it.
yeah, and basically how this makes it into like a real estate empire, and talks about how we made it into, you know, the big conglomerate that it is today. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of having this McDonald's propaganda shoved down. I don't want any respect for McDonald's. I want to go into the theater eating Burger King, like some sort of like chicken
Protest.
sandwich.
Yeah, and don't actually buy the ticket for the founder. That'll be the second
Yeah,
feature.
I was gonna say,
just so we don't
not
give him
support.
any
Yeah.
cent.
Nope.
I hope that they get like into the dirtiness behind McDonald's, show their true colors.
Oh, yeah.
What happens like in the future when
That'd
they
be
start
really
poisoning
cool.
food? But nah, they're probably not gonna do that.
Yeah, they're probably gonna sugarcoat everything.
McDonald's definitely is.
It'll be about the
It's too
dirtiness of
much.
business, which is
Yeah.
basically what the trailer made it seem like it was about.
And this week it was my least favorite trailer, and I'm not really looking forward to this movie too much.
Nope.
They managed to make McDonald's even more boring. So.
Henceforth, I will refer to this as the McDonald's film.
So the founder is coming out August 4th, and go fuck itself. Well, watch.
And go fuck itself.
Yeah, if you guys want to hear a review, if we get enough comments, we'll review it for you fellas. If we're not, fuck yourself.
I don't know. If I saw Unfriended, I think I could see anything.
Yeah, true. Unfriended was one of the worst movies ever seen in theaters.
Oh my god.
God. On my deathbed, I wish I had the hours worth of time.
No!
I'm gonna play that on your deathbed, Roger. I'm gonna put a laptop on for
You
you. Enjoy.
Unfriended 2. Even worse.
No, there's a whole series. It's like its own universe, like fucking Cloverfield.
Oh my fucking god. Don't
You
kill
just
me.
wait. Alright, so I guess on to the next little bitty of news right here. Spider-Man news.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of depressed. Michael Keaton will not be playing Vulture in the new Spider-Man movie.
He's not becoming another Birdman.
Why?
Yeah, which would have been hilarious and ironic, but
That would have been
Which is
humorous on
unfortunate.
his part.
yeah. Is there still a guarantee that Vulture's even going to be in it at all, or?
I have to say
Just not.
yes, because they're going to be filming in about a month, and if they don't have their script already, like, at least almost finished, I think they're in trouble.
Oh shit!
Or at least have a plan for their villain. I think that'd be ridiculous.
Especially, I guess.
I think they just need to find a good cast for it.
But at least they have Iron Man jumping into the mix, which will definitely solidify that it is part of their Marvel Universe bastards.
Especially since everyone's already used to seeing the Spider-Man origin story. It's almost beaten to death. It's almost exactly like the Batman storyline. Even those who don't even know or understand comics know the origin stories
Yeah.
to some of the people. Like, it's a myth
And
beaten down into.
you just have to accept at this point you can't top Sam Raimi's origin. They tried with moral obligation to save people.
I don't know. From the very few things I heard from the reviews consistently were that this new Spider-Man, about the Spider-Man, he has the potential to be easily the best one.
I'm just saying
Yes.
origin-wise, not Spider-Man.
Oh, I mean, they can easily, I don't know, they can easily...
especially if they're skipping it.
They have two different origin stories to decipher and figure out which parts they like and which part they did not like from the audience. And if they can't make a really good origin story, then they can go fuck themselves. Especially if they don't have, if they have Iron Man in it.
I felt like the Amazing Spider-Man movies were like literally jokes
How
that
did
were-
this get made?
that were written just to see how far they could go, and see if people would still love it and still go see it. And they won. They won, people.
Even with the
Congratulations.
cranes.
At least they gave up.
Even with,
Yeah, true.
even with the stupid plot line turning everyone into lizards that comes out of nowhere. Not
Those movies
built
were
up at
absolute
all.
trash.
There was nothing building to it.
Spider-Man is coming out July of 2017, so I'm looking forward to it.
Just about a year away.
Next!
Now for our next piece of movie news. We got our first glimpse at the new Rita Repulsa for the new Power Rangers film. And personally, I don't know how I feel about it. It looks okay. It gives me the hint that they're going a little darker with it at least, because the old costume was so ridiculous. Because she was supposed to be like a witch.
Hearing people in the comments always saying like, "Oh, you should have gone more with the originals." Like,
No,
are
that
you
would have been
are you?
too cheesy
I
and
was gonna
silly.
say these people are retarded.
I have no idea who we are talking about, so.
It's one of the Power Rangers villain. I know you've never really seen Power Rangers.
plains it.
Apollo.
She's in the Ooze one though.
Yeah, she's in the Ooze movie. She's a very prominent villain.
That's why I've seen her.
I like that it's the darker role. I really like who's playing her, Elizabeth Banks from Role Models and all that.
She is so fine.
But the thing that worries me most about this news is the release date, January 13th, 2017, aka January the toilet bowl of movie season.
Oh yeah,
Which worries me. So I want them to just release a trailer and crush my hopes and dreams already
January's
for a
always the
Dark Power Rangers. I like the picture, but I'm still holding my faith.
The
for this.
toilet bowl of movie seasons. I like that. I'm stealing that.
patent pending.
Honestly, I can't really comment too much. I'm not a huge fan at all with the Power Rangers. I'm sorry.
I'm an OG fan.
But I do love the Ooze movie just because it's fucking hilarious.
It is hilarious. It's a so bad it's good type of movie.
It's equivalent to Batman and Robin type good. After seeing the pic and comparing it to from what I know from the old character design, I think it's actually a better role. I just don't know why she's all green. I thought they should have had multicolor or something instead of just being plain.
I'm not sure about that either. Maybe they'll get into it a little more.
Especially if she wields like does she wield like a weapon?
She has like a staff type thing.
Yeah, it didn't show the staff, so maybe when she shows her full attire, like it'll change people's minds.
Who knows? This could be like one of those movies that's so bad it's good again. Who knows? I'm probably still going to see it just because I'm of my faith to OG Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I'll watch it with you, even though I'm
down to see it.
Especially guessing there's nothing else playing in January.
What else am I to do with my time?
We have Willem Dafoe being rumored to be in the new Justice League Part 1 movie, and he's apparently not going to be in a villainous role, but actually in a good role, so that's new to me. I thought he'd be back into like Green Goblin mode all over again. That would have been
sick, but impossible.
People are just like speculating online what he could be. I actually want to personally think if he had be a Justice League member, if we were choosing just by that, I guess Martian Manhunter, because they can just CGI his face a lot, and he can he's a shapeshifter, so I feel like they can really work with that a lot.
I could see him being that. What if he's a Green Lantern? That'd be fucked up.
Oh god,
I couldn't see that at all.
Oh god, wrinkled hat.
Hey guys,
give me Jon Stewart's bastards.
Who else could he be in the Justice League?
There's no openings after that, really.
My pick would have been Commissioner Gordon, but he's already cast as...
It might be some just side character like that, a new one.
He could be like a side character for the Flash or something. Who knows?
Maybe he will be the Flash.
Oh, God.
What if he's not a good role? What if he's like an evil role? He's just pulling our chains.
I mean, right now we really can't talk more about it. There's just only that Justice League Part 1 is coming out in 2017. So, speculate in the comments, below who you think Willem Dafoe could be as a side character, or is he going to be like one of the Justice League members as Martian Manhunter?
Or Jumanji.
Jumanji! Our next piece of movie news is obviously about the Jumanji reboot. It's been rumored that The Rock and Kevin Hart are going to be appearing in this new Jumanji reboot.
They just love each other.
Dude, that sounds actually like a good combination.
And so far, we only got one confirmation. The Rock tweeted out that he's for sure doing this movie. And since I want them to do a completely different movie from the original, I'm kind of down for this.
I like Kevin Hart's comedy to some extent.
Especially from Get Hard and whatnot.
As long as he doesn't take his
same over-the-top screaming character.
Yeah, too much. It's good in some spare moments. If you do
a wacky black guy.
Yeah, but no. If you do it constantly, ugh.
Then they're doing another movie together soon, right?
CIA.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Central Intelligence.
Oh, that's really interesting. They're like bros, probably.
Yeah, they love each other.
Shows it's going to have comedic elements, kind of like the original, and I hope it's over the top and fun.
Obviously, we're seeing new board game
I want to see
choices.
I want to see completely new choices, completely new things.
What if they show the spiders?
Well, they're probably going to bring back some of the classics. They're probably going to bring back the lion, the spiders.
Not the spiders, bring me the alligator. I'll fight the alligator.
I can see him bringing alligator.
Shit.
No, Roger. I want to fight the spiders.
No. I wouldn't be surprised if it shows, because I'm guessing The Rock's going to be the one that goes into the game. It would probably actually show what it's like in the board game for once. That'd be cool.
Oh, that especially with now
with
CGI
today's technology.
Oh, that is so sick. It would be sad though, because I hope people will never forget the Robin Williams.
Yeah,
Jumanji. That's always
it's going to be a classic. If anything, it's probably going to attract people to re-watch it before the new one comes out.
Oh, good point. Very good point.
But that's going to be out unspecified 2017.
Well, it looks like old Thomas the Train, everyone's favorite talking train with a face on it.
Freaks me out.
Is
kind of abomination.
It's having a reboot as an adult show. The kicker is its writer is going to be Dan Harmon, the maker of everyone's beloved show Rick and Morty.
And just a nice spin to it. I mean, normally I would say fuck no to Thomas the Train. I fucking hate it. but just Rick and Morty. I mean, is that what's interfering with Rick and Morty season 3 from being produced a lot sooner? Because they put all their time and effort in this movie.
What are you talking about? If anything, Rick and Morty season 3 has been pushed up.
Oh, seriously?
It was supposed to come out like next year, but now it's rumored to come out at the end of this year.
Oh, really? I didn't know it actually got. Oh, I didn't know that.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
Probably so we could get this.
They got nice
They've got too many good ideas. They're like, let's just do it now.
oh, that's so sick. Okay. But it's kind of weird because it reminds me of the Muppets. Like, you know how it went from, PG type,
Yeah,
movie
now they're sipping
series
beers at the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Kermit's
they gotta
talking.
grow up with the generation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kermit's talking about having trips when he licked his cousin or something, tripping off his toe licking.
kind of tripping balls.
God.
The walls were melting. Picture Kermit saying
It
that.
kind of works
The
with
walls
Muppets
are
because they're at least talking characters. Like, they can walk around and like they're alive. But like Thomas the Train, it's not even like logical at all.
They talk,
They're just trains with faces on the front of them, just right there. Who created these abominations? Why are they alive?
Yeah.
Do they enjoy this life? Do they eat or sleep or have intercourse?
Literally, the only reason I'm
Do they
interested.
seek death? Because they
Maybe
know.
those are the questions that will be answered in the show.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason I'm interested because the creators behind it.
Yeah.
With my philosophy, good writers can create anything good, so I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
I'll give it one shot because I hate Thomas the Train.
Yep, one episode.
The last few days, we had the season finale of Better Call Saul, and we had the season premiere of Silicon Valley.
Oh.
And we're going to start by talk about our Silicon Valley Season 3, Episode 1 review. And it basically starts off immediately, like, when Richard gets fired from the board of directors or whatever.
Yeah, the
that
very
bitch.
second.
Yeah,
It starts right off after the last second from the end of season 2.
Which was great.
I loved it.
And of course, Richard has this hissy fit. It
Oh,
makes the
yeah.
matter, like, situation worse. He could have walked away with millions of
He
dollars.
made it insanely worse for himself.
And he could have been a board member. That was so
Yeah, he would have been like
power.
second in command. The CTO or whatever.
So,
Yep.
And then he tries to go become a CTO at this other company. Floppy, what was it called?
Butterfree or
Oh.
something. I don't fucking know.
it's
Something like that, you know.
He's not going to
Buttercup,
join
Butterfly.
it, whatever it
Butterfly.
is, for too long. So
And
it doesn't really
their keen idea was to have mustaches on people or animals.
It was just
As
a
like a really
mustache
cool-
filter. They
as
do
an-
that on Snapchat for free.
As an app, I know, but
Which
there's
is
nothing.
hilarious.
Look at the 3D Apollo. It follows you wherever you go.
It's just trash, and it makes me sad that it's just your project. That's what I would have said.
Yeah. So he's really against this new CEO, but it turns out at the end of the day, the CEO is a really cool guy.
Oh,
everyone.
yeah.
The CEO that took over for his company.
Yeah,
you mean?
Sammy Jenkins from
For Pied
Memento.
Piper. Yeah, Sammy Jenkins. Yeah, the bald
What's
guy
the
with the
actor's real
glasses.
name?
Steven Tobolowsky.
Ah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in a bunch of stuff.
True. He's in like everything from Glee to Memento.
Yeah, and he's a much more welcome addition than the new boss that they introduced in season 2, the
Oh,
replica
fuck.
from the boss of season 1.
Oh yeah,
The female
I agree,
boss who's just a robot and is awful.
of the
Please die.
Yeah, I'm
Please
hoping-
kill her off, Mike Judge. We will all love it.
I'm hoping they focus more on this new Sammy Jenkins character.
Yes. I thought it was really interesting seeing how the group just broke off like immediately after that. Like,
To be fair, it was a very stressful situation, especially if people are just like wanting to make sure to have a secure job. I can understand why they just want to leave.
But
it
then
makes
they
me wonder if they're gonna get back together at all, or if like that's just gonna be the rift between season 2 and 3 will be literally that second before they just split up completely. You know?
Well, Richard fucking just spoke for the group and just said he quit, so that was
Yeah, we're
very
all
dumb.
quitting too. Like,
That was stupid on his part.
yeah, and then you
an
know.
arrogant prick.
The Indian guy and the Satanist were talking later about how, you know, what a prick he.
Yeah,
we
now
worked,
I'm really
we worked
pissed.
all that work for free for him, and now he's gonna like try to tell us to fucking walk away from this for millions of dollars. This is retarded.
But the moment that stole this episode for me was the moment in jail with his lawyer.
Oh,
Oh,
dude, yeah,
my
Mike Judge loves
gosh.
those serious, real ass moments, man.
Mike Judge is a brilliant comedic director.
Oh yeah, he's just great.
The best in the biz, in my opinion.
Yeah, anyone not watching Silicon Valley, just go put it on right now. You can pause
Binge
this.
it,
It's
yeah.
fine.
If you want to know the epitome of what Mike Judge humor is, you go watch that scene. That's pretty much a good example.
Yeah,
of-
Mike
of-
Judge is the guy that brought you King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, Office Space, Idiocracy, Extract. Almost all of it's great.
Anyway, but back to the lawyer scene. I loved, like, what he said. Swallow your pride, Richard, or else you're gonna be eating something a lot worse than shit. Or something.
That's what I've learned here in the cell.
And there was just, like, really dark music in the background. And Richard was all shocked. And then it just, like, changes scenes back to just, like, this really upbeat music. And it's just like, okay.
Just the look and seriousness on his face. Oh, my God. And he was still able to give some helpful insight.
And why the hell was the lawyer in jail? He said, I drank something that I was told was tea, and then 70 hours later I woke up coming off a meth high.
Yeah,
being arrested for
beating
a police horse with a shovel.
God.
Oh
that was hilarious.
Why would you... That's such a strange... fringe thing to get arrested for. Like, why would you attack a horse?
I think that's
with a
more
shovel?
his psychology, like, fucked up in the head. He must have a thing against horses.
What have horses ever done to you?
I know, exactly right.
Maybe it's just the fact it was a police horse.
But Jared
Jared
and Eric Bachman were the only ones that stayed with Richard pretty much.
And they had like a gay relationship going on.
Oh yeah,
it's weird. It kind of seems like that's where that's heading.
What if they do?
They sleep together in the same room. Oh.
But one thing I really love about this show in general is not only does it have great comedy, it's a great story that keeps you invested as well.
Oh, fudge, yeah. They're both equally great. Like, I watch this show to laugh and to be drawn in.
Yeah, to see where Pied Piper goes.
Heck yeah.
I want to see him actually get out of the shithole that Richard dug himself into. And actually learn from his fucking mistakes and not let his emotions get to him.
That's what the rest of the show is going to be about, is Richard actually growing a pair of balls and learning how to act in the business world and run his businesses so that, like, he can actually stand a chance if he ever gets Pied Piper back.
Because he definitely has to learn the ropes, otherwise he's going to be a dumbass for the rest of his life, like ruining his chance of millions of dollars of hard work he's put into.
Everyone I saw online was saying, like, he was just fucking up left and right. And it's true, I saw it. We all saw it. He was fucking up left and right.
Yeah, he needs to be put in his place. Second, CTO, I would be more than thrilled if I was him.
Nope. Too prideful, and that is his downfall.
But using our unique marijuana scale, we're starting at the bottom of the bottom. We have resin. That's the stuff you scrape out of the bowl, the ash left over.
No bueno.
Yeah, it barely gets you high. After that, we got mids. It's the stuff that gets you a little baked for some people, but it definitely has its problems. Then we got dank. It's an exceptional movie or show. It gets you a thorough bake, and you'll be more than thrilled. Then we got wax. That's where you must see this right now. It'll melt the walls around you, and everyone will like this. Personally, I would give it a wax, because, like I was saying, not only does the story draw you in, but the comedy is gold throughout the entire show. I really have no flaws except season 2 when they introduced that new chick. That's the biggest flaw of the show, really.
I would rate this show, this episode, a wax, because it was waxy and great and hilarious, and the show has drawn me in, and I can't wait till next week, so come on.
Hurry up.
I actually am going to say wax, but I was almost like a dank plus, just because Richard was really pissing me off to the point where it really was, it made it seem like the show was trying to dig more plot devices.
I'm kind of glad he got
based on his retardation.
Yeah, right.
But what about Pied Piper?
Pied Piper.
Fuck Pied Piper.
Anyways, continuing our Review-a-Palooza April edition, Hell in a Cell, we have the complete series, warning spoiler edition, review of Better Call Saul Season 2, entire season. Guys, let's start off with the pros of the season. What did you guys think?
They introduced a lot of Mike moments that I guess showcased more of his
merciful side.
Yeah, how he's getting more into the business, I guess, instead of just going back to his normal toll ticketing sort of atmosphere.
Yeah, he got sick of the toll booth and he's moving on.
Moving up
to
in the
game.
world.
He uses like a plot device to bring other like familiar characters to come back, like he did. I forget his name. The guy with that was in the wheelchair in Breaking Bad.
Hector Salamanca.
Yeah, Hector Salamanca.
It
Who was introduced with Nacho or whatever.
Yeah, Nacho. What I really love about this show in general, I love Vince Gilligan's almost sickening attention to detail he puts in these shows. There's like cameos left and right from Breaking Bad. Like we see the doghouse, the same bottle of liquor that poisoned the cartel, gusted. Just subtle Breaking Bad cameos that will go over the normal viewer's eye. And I really love it because he really gets into like a character study, especially with Chuck and Saul. When they get into his mother's story, Saul has to leave, and Chuck is an asshole. They do such a good job at making you hate Chuck throughout the show.
And build more of a good character out of him
Chuck.
that way.
Chuck thinks he's the goody two-shoes good guy, but he's just fucking his own brother left and right.
Yeah, he's a selfish prick who will do anything to succeed over Jimmy.
True, he will lie to further his own intentions.
Yeah, which takes really good character development.
And they also build a lot more character development with Kim and Jimmy's relationship, which actually made, to me, more likable, just because now that she's stopped being like a stuck-up like bitch and lowering her guard and like actually like sticking up for Jimmy a few times.
Jimmy actually does all this scheming just for Kim because he's really in love with her.
But to be honest, all this stuff really happens near the second half of the season. The first half is really pretty much forgettable. It can be summed up, all the important stuff in the first half could have literally been summed up in one episode.
This season really is the most comedic season we've seen out of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. Like, we got the cry baby squat pie. And we have funny filmmaking moments and stuff, and the commercials are pretty funny in my opinion.
It did have a good comedic elements.
Moving more over to the cons, like Roger was saying, it's really slow in the first half.
Oh my god.
We get into the baseball card thing.
It lost my interest
for a while, yeah.
Once I got through it.
Sometimes the scenes, like Vince Gilligan does this thing where it's really a slow scene leading in, like where the camera's just angling around the whole scene, and then
5 minutes.
I feel like in Breaking Bad, it took half the time to like establish that scene, and like it did it just as well, if not better. So like I'm not sure exactly what he's going for here. Like maybe in his old age he's slowing down.
Yeah, the slower he gets, the slower he goes. But I would contend that this season, if it was released on Netflix or Hulu as like a whole season where you could just binge through it, it would have been way better instead of waiting week to week with this slow pace.
True.
I agree. It kind of just like doesn't build as much hype as Breaking Bad, which had way more higher stakes.
Especially because most people aren't like nerds like me, and I'll watch the episode like 3 times a week, so I'll notice the little things throughout the episodes where most people might forget these little tiny tidbits from last week's episode, just like a tiny background thing or a tiny comment someone said, which is really why I think it should have been streamed. And normally I applaud Vince Gilligan's slow pace, but this time he just took it too far, man.
He took it too far, and he started off the season again with the Cinnabon advertisement.
Yeah.
And again, it made us hungry.
Oh
and
god.
Using our marijuana scale, I give the season a dank minus because it was good, but that's just it. It was just good, not great. Like, it wasn't on Breaking Bad's level or even Better Call Saul season 1 level, in my opinion. So, dank minus for me.
Very true. I would also, honestly, dank minus right here. Same exact thing.
Yeah, and especially because even though it was so slow, I was still watching. I was still invested with
hooked.
it.
I'm still hooked for season 3. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
they just took it too slow, man. What you thinking, Roger?
I was actually debating between mids plus or dank minus. I'm trying to think, does the second half really make up for the sums of all the comments for the first half? And I was trying to think how invested I was within that first half.
How excited are you for season 3?
Definitely pretty excited.
Yeah, especially because Apollo.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, Apollo point out that the episode's spell frings back.
Yes, the first letter of every episode, if you rearrange them, it's fucking spells Frings back. So, Gus Fring?
Yeah, is
Guess
he the one that
parents?
left the note on that horn? For Mike's moment?
So I guess I'll give this now a dank minus because of that brownie point.
Nice.
So, and for the above reasons that we have always stated before.
Where do you guys think season 3 is going to go? I'm wondering if we're going to see...
The Salamanca.
Yeah, if we're going to see Hector get paralyzed.
Mike had such a good chance of almost like shooting him and Nacho at the very end to assassinate him.
He should have.
Yeah, he very well could have, which kind of leads me to believe that the person leaving the note on the car, instead of just walking up to Mike and stopping him, was just a plot device to leave us hooked for season 3.
Plus, we're going to see...
And it works.
And it works, so you are bastards.
We're going to see Jimmy and Chuck go head-to-head in season 3, probably.
True.
Is Jimmy going to have to kill Chuck? What's going to go
with
down?
the new evidence Chuck has on Jimmy. He actually Jimmy McGilled him.
So as we all know,
yeah.
Chuck's not in Breaking Bad. And actually, because of this, me and Apollo's been binge watching Breaking Bad, and like he pointed out a scene that Hank Schrader says that him and Jimmy have met before. So maybe Hank Schrader could show up in season 3.
Oh, that'd be
Heck
really
yeah.
cool. He is a DEA agent after all, so and especially with and Mike is a good plot device to get more plot devices like
Yeah,
attracted to
definitely.
him. And since he's involved with the drug cartel, he's probably gonna get involved with Hank Schrader and the DA somehow. Maybe he's on the hunt for him.
Mamma mia.
And another thing that pissed me off about this season was we only saw one future scene at the Cinnabon. That's it.
That was it. And they didn't really tell us anything again.
Dangle,
more shit we
dangle.
know.
They just want to leave that reminder at the beginning of every season, like, remember Breaking Bad times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Also,
Bastards.
thank you Cinnabon for giving us all
Yeah,
unlimited
yeah.
food.
And thank you for all the free food, Cinnabon. Yeah. Bastards.
Saul is very scared of the police finding him as
Yeah.
well as other people. That's it.
Not the palace.
Not the palace, indeed. But that'll do it for this week's episode. Thank you all very much for listening. We finally have the rights to stonermanshow.com. And it's currently underway.
That's the one.
And it's going to be bigger and better than ever. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. So,
I've seen the new website maker we're working with, and it's just fantastic. So
Oh, yeah.
I have high hopes.
and unlike
check it
Stonerman,
out.
unlike our beta site, stonerman.net, we're going to have a mobile site. Thank God.
Yeah, so
Oh,
real
thank
mobile
goodness.
site. It's like it's the not before the year 2005.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, stay tuned. Comment, rate, and subscribe because next week we're going to have a double feature review for the new hit comedy Keanu and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, comment, rate, subscribe, especially if you've been listening this long.
Oh yeah.
Throw out the extra effort, man. You're already here.
So as always, stay lifted, my friends.
Tuck in your children, feed your cats, and turn off your fish tanks. Good night, America.
Have a chill ass day, everyone, and always remember, may the force be with you.
Always.
For eternity. Willem Dafoe.
Do you know how much I sacrificed?